Well, hello there once again, and thank you for staying with us. You're watching Your World this morning as I hold fort for Winnie Lubembe. My name is Zainab Ismail, and today morning it's all about putting smiles on the faces of needy families as we approach the festive season. Indeed, we'll be looking forward to having this conversation, and especially with regard to a charity drive that will be happening very soon. And joining me in studio for this conversation is Sylvester Ochieng, who's the chairman of Team Legacy 254. Good to see you. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Indeed. Also from Team Legacy 254 is Emma Moai, the organizing secretary. A very good morning. Good to see you.
It's good to see you. Thank you.
And we also do have Sister Joyce Rita, who's the NSA Development Coordinator, Jesus, Mary and Joseph Community Rehab Center representative. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Sister. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Indeed. And I'm looking at, the poster that you guys have out. It's on the Nanyuki Charity Drive, Laikipia Rescue and Rehab Center. Let me begin with you, Emma, just to give us an understanding of what this charity is all about.
So basically what we do as a car group, because we initially are car owners of Subaru, we come together and pool our resources, our networks, and identify what a home needs. And, like Nanyuki, what they're striving to have is beds. And this drive right now, we are out to buy them beds, mattresses, and beddings, because it's a home of over 120 children, and they have about 60 beds, if I'm not wrong. And so we are trying to cover the deficit that they have of beds.
Is this the first of the drive that Team Legacy 254 is holding, or is it just part of a continuous process or effort that you've been
what Team Legacy does, we have 2 charity drives in a year. So we've been doing, we had one prior to this, which was WeTown, and we did it for 3 years. We built them a dining hall. So yeah, we it's not our first one. This is and many more to come.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And Sylvester, you can also just tell us a little bit more as to why specifically this Nanyuki drive this time around.
Okay. So as Emma has mentioned, the last drive we did was WeTown. That's in Mbita, Homa Bay County. So when we concluded the project that we are doing at WeTown, one of our members came to us. He mentioned that he had been, at that point we were actually looking for the next charity that we would do. So one of our members came to us and he mentioned he had been to Nanyuki at some point earlier in the year, and his car had gotten stuck in the mud somewhere. So while he was struggling to get some help to get the car out, there are some boys who came to help him get the car out. And it turns out those boys were from the home. So when they looked at his car, they was like, oh, these are beautiful cars. So I hope next time, maybe when you come to Nanyuki, you come and visit us. And he told them, he made a promise that next time when I come, I'll come with my friends together, and we'll come and at least do something for the home. So in that moment, as we are looking for the next charity drive, he mentioned that he had come across this center in Nanyuki, and that's Laikipia. And he told us now, since I'd made a promise to these boys, is this somewhere maybe you would want to look at and see what we can do for the home? So earlier in July, we went, some few of us, about four members, we went. We typically normally do a reconnaissance drive before the main charity. So we went, looked at the home, just to understand what they need, what they require, and then now from there on we came back with the feedback to the members and decided, well, it's a worthy cause, it's something that we can consider, and that's how we came up with the Nanyuki Charity Drive, which we are doing this coming weekend. You know, interesting because
let me just say this. So Subaru drivers just are known for being speed junkies, right? So it's an interesting to hear that, you know, you guys actually doing something different when it comes to helping the needy. We've never had that happening before. Yes. So it's not just the speed that we see from Subaru people, is it?
Not really. I think the speed aspect of it emanates maybe from the back in the rally days of Subaru. But over the course of time now, the Subaru Fraternity has evolved so much, and we have a lot of actually family-oriented people who drive these vehicles and enjoy their reliability, enjoy the basically driving those vehicles. And we purpose to also go beyond just being on the road and enjoying our vehicles, and just give something back to the community as we enjoy the vehicles. Granted, we enjoy being on the road, but yes.
So it's not just a toning for being too fast on the roads. But Sister Joyce, I mean, when we're talking about the challenges being faced by those who are needy in the society, tell us about you know, your rehab center as well, and what you do in terms of helping those really in need as well.
Okay, let me first start with the word saying that the church is a charitable institution by nature, and so we are working towards the gospel of Matthew chapter 25, verses 34 to that 5 to 36, whereby I was hungry, I'd give me food, I was thirsty, I'd give me something to drink. And so as a church, we are charitable by nature, and so we identify this SJMJ institution that was started in 1994 because of the need of a community around Kadebene area that was strictly needy, because there are several cases of disability that were there, and several families and cases of disability within Isiolo and Meru counties. And so this home was erected specifically to make sure that at least the children have somewhere to stay. That time it was institutional based. We brought the children within the institution, and we took care of them that time. It went on well up to 2013, when some invaders came in and then distracted the family, the home, and also killed the caretaker of the family. And so the children were left with a lot of stigma, and so they were taken back again to the families. Within those families, the families are poor. They are not able to support themselves, but the home still continued taking care of them from the families, and also together with the government that says that the institution should not hold children. Instead, the children should be held in the community, so that the community is supporting the children as the institution that is taking care of them continues taking care of them. So within this home, we have a home where these children come, they visit the home, they come interact with the sisters, they come and also celebrate once in a while, at least twice per year, in Christmas and in Easter. They come and share the joys of being together, chat together, and feed together. During this time is when we have guests who come in and they help the children to feed them. Some guests come and contribute food, and then they bring to the children, and that time we distribute the children that food. Yeah.
So interesting. And I mean, Emma, when we're looking at that, you know, charity drives like the ones you're holding are really important for those who are, you know, not very fortunate in the society. But what impact does it have to elevate the socioeconomic, you know, aspect of those who really, really are in need?
Hope, because I've seen the charity drives that we have done, not just with Subaru, but others as well, combined. There's a lot of hope that is installed, because we don't just come give you food and walk away. We also mentor you as well. And with that, because when you're in that situation, it's very hard for you to see your future, you know. And once you talk to them and tell them, you know, this path can be different, there's a lot of hope that I have witnessed with the children. Yes.
So okay, so there's a mentorship aspect.
Yes.
There is the giving of, you know, the food aspect.
Yeah.
What other aspects of this drive do we see? You know?
Okay, just as our name is legacy, we our main agenda is to leave a legacy behind. As we said, the previous one, we identified that it was a home that didn't have a place to eat. They would eat under a tree. So we then managed to build a dining hall for them, which then will also be an income for them, because it was a house built with stone. So they can have meetings or, you know, just charge for the area. So with this particular one in Nanyuki, our end game would be to sink a borehole for them, because it's a home that has land, and they can do farming, which can sustain them, you know. So we don't just look at giving food and then walk away, but we want to leave them with something that they can eventually then get something from it.
So something sustainable.
Exactly.
So even when you leave, they're able to sustain themselves
Exactly.
with that.
Yes.
Right. And I mean, Sylvester, when you talk about the issue of mentorship gap as well, that's a big issue. You have, you know, young girls and young boys who really need that support in terms of helping them maneuver around the challenges of life, really, as you know, they become young adults and they move away. And even for those who really are already adults, and they also do need mentorship as well. So is this part of the program?
Exactly. For all the homes that we visit, we usually have a session. Actually, for the team legacy comprises both male and female. We have even the female drivers drive Subaru. I know it's not very popular, but so we usually have a session when we go to the home, where we have at least the ladies take the girls aside, and the men, we take the boys aside, and we have a session with them just to show them that, you know, at the end of the day, they might be going through all this, but even the people that they are sitting with, they are not all from privileged backgrounds. Even the members of the team legacy, you'll find they're also people who grew up in very difficult circumstances and situations. And so for these kids, sometimes maybe being in that home, they don't have a setup where they can see there is somebody else who has had a struggling childhood, but still was able to make it. So by being able to put face to that, then maybe somebody can be able to comprehend that where they are is not the end of it all. There is more to it. And it's only a matter of them being able maybe to visualize that this is actually possible. So when we have those sessions, we take them through, we even talk to them about drug abuse, we talk to them about you know, early pregnancies, these kind of things, so that we try to get them to focus on what's ahead of them and just forget about all the noise that will be coming in as a result of maybe their circumstances. So them being able to see these physically up close, that there are people who've gone through what we are going through and still came out okay, still came out successful, and they are here, we see them, we interact with them. It's a big plus for them. And you have situations where during those mentorship sessions as well, some members take individual, like they take like a pledge on individual kids who they can provide and sustain for the duration of their stay in that home, at least until they get out of the home. Right. And we also try have situations where by the time they leave the homes, if there are any opportunities where they can get placement to start their lives, those are also things that we look at. So essentially, by the time we leave the home, you've not just gone, dropped food they eat and then forget about it. We make sure we leave a lasting impact on the lives of these children that can hopefully change them and help make better members of the society. Right.
Yeah. I'll come back to you and ask you if you've gone back to the other charity drives that you've held in the past and sort of tried to look at the progress that has been made so far, but I'll come back to you on that. Okay. Sister Joyce, mentorship, big issue. How is that working out for you guys as you talk to the young kids there?
Okay, for us, we bring in also some experts who also mentor the children, and some of them who are at least able to do something. We have trained them to do hard work, others shoe making, and others, those who are mentally challenged, they are given an opportunity to do some bit of farming and also livestock keeping. That's the reason, in fact, why the home was invaded in 2013, because there was some livestock that those children were taking care of, and also they were farming, doing some bit of farming. The others who have these courses, they are also allowed to do something, so that at least whatever they make, they sell, and then they earn a living. And so we bring in people also who can give them some courage and hope that still, despite the situation you are in, there is life after this, and you can still do better, and you can sustain yourself despite the disability. And so we give them that opportunity also to know that they are human beings, and they are loved, and they can be appreciated. So some people come in every time that we have a get-together with them. They come and mentor them, give them hope. Also, we bring people who have already prospered and they have disability, and so they can see that if somebody who has disability is doing well, I can also do well. So they have a lot of energy that they want to bring in, so that also they can be liberated from the poverty that they are in at the moment, and they can grow to be some people better. And some of them, they say that yeah, I would like to remove my mother from the situation she is in, so that also she can enjoy like any other mother enjoys being. Yeah.
And how do you think then sort of we can encourage more people then to participate in these acts of kindness and charity, and not just this particular season and say, look, it's, you know, the festivities, let me give out a few thousand shillings and I'm done. Is there a way we can be able to move people in that sense, where we can be able to, you know, even say, look, I'm adopting, in a sense where I can be able to keep a child in school for the next 1 year or 2 years if I'm capable? Is there some way we can be able to do that?
In fact, that's why now we are in such a forum like today, so that we can make it public that there is something that, like that is happening in Kadebene, so that people can come in and also give their own opinions of how they can adopt a child. If they feel that maybe you can adopt it 2 or 3 and they take care of them, that is you are most welcome. If you feel that maybe, because some of these children, they have no house, they just sleep in the same room, all of them, and the parents and the children, and there are many children within the same house. There is no privacy. We can say that if somebody can come in and say that I can build a house for this child or this family, that is most welcome. And that's why we're making it public. We're inviting people to come in and also be partners with us and also support these children, so that they can also grow to be members of the society who feels appreciated and accepted in the community. Right.
And Emma, before we take a break, I mean, there are people who say, look, we are facing a tough economic crisis right now. If I'm going to help, only if I am able to, which is true. Like, people really are going through quite a heavy time. But are there sort of specific needs and challenges that these families face that are extraordinary, away from what you and I would say, look, I can't afford something that's a bit luxurious at this festive season, but that's something that someone in that state can't even think of, like it's beyond their imagination. There's those specific issues that they have, you know, extraordinarily experiencing in terms of the needs and the wants that they have.
I mean, the needs are quite wide, but narrowing it down, you know, the simple things that we take for granted, like men or the boys, a vest, you know, because you'll walk in and you'll see the kind of things that they're wearing. So we've taken the spot of just helping them dress up to be decent, you know, everything, you know, the innerwears, the vests. So those are things that people overlook, but they actually do really need. You know, there's the sanitary towels for the girls that that I need, you know. So just the smallest things that people really don't pay attention to, they're really important for the homes. Right.
You agree, Sylvester? I mean, there are those things, like for a pair of socks, you'd say, look, it's just, I can get a pair of socks for 50 shillings outside there. But this is luxurious, you know, item for somebody who says, this 50 shillings is going to buy me, you know, mboga for the day. So that's how there's a huge disparity there.
Yeah. Just to add on to what Emma said, these are things that for us on a day-to-day, even when you think you're struggling, always remember there is someone out there who has it much worse than you. And when you're struggling, you'll probably be struggling because, say, you might not be able to go out this weekend or you can't afford to fuel your car. But there's somebody out there who's sleeping on an empty stomach.
And someone will ask,
exactly,
why should I care? Right?
Yes, indeed. Always remember also at the back of your mind, these things, they also have a way of coming back to affect us in the long run. Remember, like the home we are going to, it's a home for destitute children who are picked up from the streets. And if we don't give these children an opportunity to become better, to be something for themselves, these are the same children who are going to turn into criminals. Tomorrow you'll be driving on that road and somebody carjacks you. It's that child that you could have saved maybe just some 50 shillings to donate or get them something. And because they didn't get that opportunity, then they end up going overboard. And they're the same people that now come a couple of years down the line will be wreaking havoc in your life. So it's sort of a cycle in its own. So we break that cycle by reaching out to them, by being there for them, by doing something for them. Because one life that you touch, one life that you change, that make better, you don't know where that life is going, what life that life is going to turn out into. And you don't know what they're going to do in future for you. Yeah.
All right. I want us to reach at that point before we take a break here on Your World. Would love to hear your thoughts on this particular topic. The hashtag is Your World NTV. Talk to us at NTV Kenya, at Zainab Ismail. We're going to be back as we approach this festive season. What are you doing to put a smile on those who are most in need in the society, around you even? All right, let's take a break. We're going to be back.
Let's go.
NTV Kids in association with DSTV.
It's so much fun!
Let the holiday fun begin!
Now, let's get this party started! Woo!
Only on DSTV.
It feels so fresh, fresh, fresh.
Always fresh. Nivea Fresh Deo. Now with new InfiniFresh technology. Antibacterial power with 48-hour protection and long-lasting freshness. Nivea Fresh Deo. Feel fresh in every moment. Try new Nivea Fresh Sensation Deo. Our freshest fragrance with 72-hour antiperspirant protection.
Throwing money down the drain.
How?
On this cleaning product.
Impossible!
Harpic 10X. While other cleaners flow away, Harpic 10X's viscous formula in only one round of application gives you sparkling, clean toilet. Harpic, 10 times better cleaning than other cleaning products.
And great savings too!
Jina lako nani?
Naitwa Emboko.
Wewe weka pesa zako wapi?
Kenya Deposit Insurance Corporation lina jukumu la kulinda pesa zako kwenye benki.
All right, welcome back to the program. You are watching not AM Live, but Your World this morning. My name is Zainab Ismail. Of course, in studio, I'm not alone. I'm with Sylvester Chieng, chairman of Team Legacy 254, Emma Mwai, who's the organizing secretary of Team Legacy 254, as well as Sister Joyce Rita Karambo, NSA development coordinator at Jesus Mary and Joseph Community Rehab Center. Thank you so much for joining us as we have this conversation as we approach this festive season, and of course trying to look at what we can be able to do to aid the community, those in the society that really need the help, and this coming from a charity drive that is being organized by Team Legacy 254 as well. Now, in the spirit of giving, let me get to you, Sister Joyce. It's important to understand the impact really giving help and doing these charity drives have on these individuals and the society at large. Just what impact does it have to say, look, I have given this thing, I have given sanitary towels to these girls who really are in need, I have given education to, you know, these young boys who really need, you know, this education. What impact does that have on those individuals and the society and the community that they are in?
Okay, maybe I didn't mention that the program has 200 families that is being taken care of, and now every time, as I mentioned, that we bring in people to facilitate the happiness of the children being in the home, and so we bring in people who are able to support these families, these children, and these children feel that they are accepted and they feel secure anyway, as far as the community is concerned, and the community loves them. And so this could mean that the community is coming in. We started with a very few number of families, and the families are growing, and many people are coming in as donors. As per now, we have some donors who are intending to offer mattresses and bendings for these children, for these families, and we are targeting to launch it or to distribute these bendings to the mattresses to those children. And the community feels owning the home now. It was not like it was before, that a group comes, they visit the home, they go and spread the gospel that there is something that is happening in this home. And now other members come in and they feel that I want also to be partner in this, in this home. And so I also comes in. As per now, we have a good number of people who are partnering with us, and they are interested to recruit their own friends to also come in and support this home. And the children feel that now that many people are visiting them. They're like now they will receive the mattress and the beddings. They may not have a bed, but at least they have a mattress. And the same people who are bringing the mattress, I'm sure they will also think of bringing in a bed. And so the community is embracing them. The community is embracing the house or the family and the program. And now we are reaching out to more people who will come in, and we build a home where we build each other from the background up to a certain level that all of us can be happy.
So from where you sit, can you be able to see the difference that, you know, these young kids are undergoing by being able to receive these things that they're able to, and even their families around them? Are you able to see the changes in terms of where they came from, now that things that perhaps when they do receive alms and charity, that it changes them in a certain way?
Okay, these children, they not only receive food,
right,
they also receive physiotherapy,
okay,
speech therapy, and you can see that a child who was not able to lift herself or himself out of bed, right, is walking out and can reach the door, at least can sit out without the support of somebody. Also, the person who was not speaking at all can utter some words. At least that is something that you can say is visible.
So there is a huge difference.
There is a very huge difference between when these children go through this training also, you can see somebody who could not lift up fingers can do some crocheting and also make something for us, and the child feels good that she can also, or he can also produce something for the community.
Right. And Emma, even with the other drives you guys have done before, are you able to go back and sort of assess the impact it has had on those guys you've helped?
Yeah, like as we had mentioned, the charity event we did prior to this, we went there for 3 years. Yeah, and
so for 3 consecutive years.
Yes,
right.
We were there, and we met the same kids, and they were waiting for us. So we saw the difference, and of course we had members who pledged school fees for them. So there's that impact of they're not worried about food, they're not worried about being kicked out of school, you know. So yes, and we still are in communication with the owners of the homes, just to keep tabs of what's going on, what they need. So yeah, we still do.
All right, Sylvester, a huge improvement, you would say. Also, I mean, when you're looking back at some of those drives you guys have done, and then also how do you ensure then whatever you've done really leaves a lasting impact on those people who you've really helped, so that it's not just a one-time kind of a thing?
Yeah. I'd go back to the same drive that Emma's talked about, the one we did at Mbita. It spanned 3 years, essentially because we were doing a structure, we were building a dining hall for them.
Yeah.
And at the point when we were building it, we were doing it for the dining hall, because when we went for our first drive, we met those kids who were having their lunch under a tree, and it was a very hot day. But 3 years down the line, like this year, around June, July, thereabout, some of us went back to the home just to have a feel what is going on with the situation. And what has happened, when we were building the hall, we built it for the home for their personal use. But what we did not envision is that within the community, there was no, say, a designated space or designated area where the community can meet for whatever, maybe they have training sessions, maybe have events.
So it served a larger purpose.
Exactly. So what happens now, the home actually has a source of income, a steady source of income from that facility, because then they're able to hire that hall, even for weddings, even for, you know, they hire the hall, they generate some income from it, which then also helps to run the home. So these are things that maybe when you're doing the facility, we did not envision, but it comes as a blessing in disguise. And with that, there's an element of continuity in what we do, which then ends up impacting these kids' lives all through. Because when there's a source of income in a home, because one of the things that most of these homes struggle with is how to generate some income for them so that they can be self-sustaining. So when they have that kind of a setup, then it means at least we've given a lasting solution to a problem that at least that is taken care of for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Perhaps I missed this. You can correct me. Perhaps must have just escaped my mind. But you said this whole charity drive began 3 years ago.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
This was the first time that Team Legacy began their drive, and that was in Mbita.
That was in
and
Mbita,
this just came up from a person who ended up in that place and realized these guys need assistance, came back to the Team Legacy community and said, we need to do something about this. Is that how it started?
Okay, specifically for the Mbita one, what happened is that's the point where we started the aspect of charity within the group.
All right. Also, so there was already an ongoing.
Exactly. So what we've done, members we've normally done charity drives, not necessarily from Team Legacy. There are other Subaru groups like Forester Nation that also do drives. So what we normally do is we partner with them on their drives. So that's the first time now we were hosting one on our own. Like we were being in charge, taking the driving seat, and now inviting other groups to join us on it. So with that particular one, there was a different group based in Kisumu, of which some of our members were part of. So they were doing some small things there, and we realized it's something, if we come together, then we can make it bigger. Because I remember the first, when we went for the first drive, our goal was to give them beds, because those kids were sleeping on the floor. I mean, mattresses are so thin, some of them, it's literally you're sleeping on a cold concrete floor. So the first phase is we donated beds. We there are about 33 beds in total, double-decker, that will take up care of about 66 kids at a go. So at least by the time we left that home for our first drive, we made sure no kid was going to sleep on a concrete floor after that. And while we were there, that's when we noticed during lunchtime, they were eating out in the open, and it was a really hot day. So that's when we figured, why don't we do something a bit more permanent for them? Just take care of this. And that's how we came up with the project for the dining hall. So because it was quite big and it needed a bit of funding as well, because most of our funding comes from contributions from the members. So we phased it out. We did phase 1, the foundation, phase 2 did the structure. So phase 3, early this year, we roofed it, did the finishing on it, and officially handed it over to them.
Do you guys work with any other stakeholders, perhaps other businesses, companies, NGOs, counties?
Mostly we get well-wishers, but we also have partners that come on board during the drives and offer their support. We have, like for the WeTown one, people like neighbors really came through for us because they gave a lot of donation on foodstuffs for the home. I remember KCB Foundation were very integral in us being able to finish up the roof, because they came in and just, gave us a check. We are going to sort out the roof for you, so let's do that. For Laikipia, for instance, we have the county government that is running the home, so they had a fundraising over the weekend towards the same drive that we are doing, and we have a number of partners that come on board that support us on the same. For this particular one, especially, we are partnering with the Team Legacy, the Legacy Outback Maniacs group from Uganda. As of this morning, as we speak, they're actually on the way into the country. They're going to join us for that drive. So they are supporting us on this to a large extent, of course, with some other partners that we move along with. And we have Pembe Millers are giving us foodstuff as well for the home. So we have a number of partners that come on board as we do this.
So what is happening next week?
It's actually this weekend on Saturday. We are going on Saturday, the 11th of November.
All right. Yes. All right. Sister Joyce, as we sort of wind up on this conversation, what are some of these challenges that you think can be able to be addressed, and also working not just alone, but ensuring that you work together with other stakeholders who might be able to help the situation and encourage other people to be able to also aid in charity and helping the young boys and girls that you're taking care of?
Okay, now as per the challenges, we have many challenges that can be addressed. The most challenging part of it is a place where the children come and stay, at least when they come to the center. At least something a building that can accommodate all of them at the same time. Also materials for physiotherapy, and those teachers who teach them on speech therapy. And also, especially for these children who have nowhere to sleep that they can call a bed, at least the community can provide. This year we are targeting to take care of at least food stuff for 150 families, and we are calling upon well-wishers to join us so that we can give these children a smile this Christmas feast. That we are targeting to do it on 12th December, when we have International Day for the persons with the disability, and we intend to bring these children together and feed them that day. And also we have some people who talk to them, also encourage them, encourage the parents, because also some parents, they find it as a great burden when they have a child like that, and they feel that they are not able to do anything else other than taking care of this child. So we want also to have some people who come and talk to these parents, so that at least they can feel that they have a lesser burden, so that when these children are rehabilitated, at least they can walk by themselves without so much the support of the parents to take them to the toilet, or maybe to wash them. They can also do something little by themselves. At least the parents will be in a position to go out and do something else to bring in some income to the children or to the family. Because this father doesn't have only one child. This mother has maybe other 5 children in school, and this one is taking the whole time because the child needs to be supported. So what I can say is that the community coming in and supporting these children, at least to paying maybe some teachers who are coming to take care of a speech therapy, some doctors who are coming to help them in physiotherapy, so that at least they can lift themselves up, and they meet, they come, and at least they become also human beings, and they can appreciate themselves, and more particularly, they can feel loved as members of the community.
Right. So particularly most important would be to take care of their well-being, the health issue, which would then also ease off the burden from the parents, who will be able to go out and look for and get a sustainable income.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Emma, your final thoughts as we move forward, and advice on perhaps someone who is willing to be part of a charity drive like yours, and how they can be able to participate in that.
Okay. So it doesn't matter your profession or whatever you do. It's the little things that count. You can spare your lunch money and reach out to us. We have a pay bill number where you can just send it to our pay bill. You can reach us on our social media. And most of all, it's if you don't have the funds, your time. We have a long weekend this weekend. The event is on the 11th. So just take your time, come.
So that's in Nanyuki?
That's in Nanyuki, yes. We don't mind giving lifts. Just come join us, and let's just put a smile on these kids' lives.
Right. Right, but you say lifts, anyone would say, okay, fine, let's go. But we hope you have the security in place to ensure that you know who you're giving the lift to, right?
Right.
All right, yeah. But Sylvester, final thoughts moving forward. Do we look forward to more charity drives from your community as well, and working together with the others?
Yes, we do. Actually, just before the interview, and we met with Sister Joyce, so we had a short discussion about what they are doing. And off the top of my head, I think we already have our destination for our next drive. I think that would be in Isiolo next year, hopefully.
That's
God
fantastic.
willing.
Right.
Yes, but as Emma has mentioned, really, it's sometimes not even the material things that you bring to the home. Because we have the mentorship session as well. Your time might actually be more important than the physical material things that you'll take to the home. Okay. So if you have, it's a long weekend, we've just been given a holiday. So, somebody can't say you have a rushed weekend because you're getting back to work on Monday. You have a long weekend, you have some time. Take your time. It doesn't matter what car you drive. Team Legacy is basically the vehicle on which this charity drive is being carried
because
upon.
I'd be like, if I'm not driving a Subaru Legacy, then okay, bye-bye. Yeah, but that's not what you mean.
The charity drives are open to, charity does not decide you come only because you have a certain car.
Or even if you have a vehicle.
Exactly. Yeah, even if you don't have a vehicle. You reach out to us on our social media. I'm sure Emma will be able to coordinate something. So regardless of what vehicle you drive, you come join us, let's go for the drive. And critically, your time. That time is actually the most important thing, because that's the impactful thing that you can use to deliver a message, to change someone's life, to touch a life.
So if somebody perhaps wants to say, look, wants to join in supporting your, the project that you want to do,
yes.
But they don't have monetary or financial support, yes. And they just want to be there to kind of give, advice and things like that. Is that something that you'd be open to?
Yes, they are very welcome.
Right.
Yes. There are a number of drives that we've actually also gone that were not even for Team Legacy, but we went and just gave our time, and that still made a big impact. So they are very welcome.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I think we're going to wrap it up, and I wish you all the best in this particular drive happening over the weekend. That's on Saturday?
On Saturday 11th, yes.
All right.
We are meeting at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Where?
The Shell at Survey, Thika Road.
All right, but if anybody wants to get prior information, they can get in touch with you guys.
Yes, they can get in touch on our social media, Team Legacy 254. Team
Legacy 254, all right, across all social media platforms. All right, thank you so much also, Sister Joyce Rita, NSA Development Coordinator, Jesus, Mary and Joseph Community Rehab Center, for joining us. And perhaps if someone wants to reach you to help those young kids, how can they be able to reach you?
If you want to reach us to support these children, you can reach us on this number 0720 966 378.
All right.
That is Sister Winfred Idima, who is the person in charge of the house or the family or the home.
All right.
That's the person you can meet. Come, we give an opportunity to these children to be also happy and also to enjoy being human beings and be happy being self-reliant, self-sustaining, and they'll be able also to reach out to that level that they eye on. Because some of them are very ambitious. They want to be able to walk and do marvelous things in this world.
All right, thank you so much, Sister Joyce. We also did have Emma Mwai, Organizing Secretary, Team Legacy 254. Thank you for joining us, as well as Sylvester Ochieng, the chairman of Team Legacy 254 as well. So yeah, look out for that charity drive happening in Nanyuki this weekend. Well, this is where we wrap it up on Your World. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Zainab Ismail. Good morning, good day.
Thank you.